us a sucker than me. A sucker is a who pick who he fight with.
Right.
Like if you sitting and you I'm not going because this.
I won't fuck with him, but I with this one.
Yeah, I think I can take him.
Right.
You want to fight the you think you can beat.
And I called Jay Prince in them out. I'm saying,
He didn't say nothing to whack. So when you come talking to me, I feel like you're very selective. This is exactly what I meant last week when I was talking about street is being selective.
Can't believe people play with people intelligence the way they play with people intelligence and intellect, you know, the way they do today. You know, people are telling lies for a living. You know what I mean? They actually lying to y'all for a living.
Prince straight up called 50 a full-blown hypocrite, saying if Big Meech is a snitch, then 50 might as well be wearing a badge. That's wild. Now word is Jay Prince is out here allegedly throwing serious threats at 50 Cent for calling out Big Meech and hinting that something might go down if 50 keeps labeling Meech as a rat. That's not just beef, that's smoke with fire.
I'm gonna answer a few of y'all questions, then I'm gonna have to go about my business. You can see I'm just relaxing, letting God's air blow on my face in a sucker-free environment.
But let's be real, 50 Cent ain't the type to sit quiet when somebody comes for him, and it's starting to look like Jay Prince might have messed with the wrong one. This whole situation's got layers, and Jay Prince's track record not doing him any favors. His name's been floating around in all kinds of messy talk, rumors of extortion, shady dice games, and even whispers linking him and his son to the tragic situation with Takeoff. Nothing's confirmed, but the streets don't forget. And if 50 decides to air it all out, trust, he's got plenty of ammo. And guess what? 50 already hit back on Instagram, looking real confident and reminding everybody exactly how ruthless he can get when someone tries to come for him. But here's the thing. Is Jay Prince really stepping up to defend Big Meech? What exactly did he say to 50? Is he risking it all by coming at one of the pettiest, most calculated dudes in the game? This is about to get real messy. Just in case you were wondering.
You know, we all know if you can tap into good people wherever you go.
Wherever, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a blessing, Rip.
Real talk.
Real talk. Who want to have access to power and not use it?
Yes, 50 Cent is still pressing Big Meech hard over those snitching claims. He's not letting up one bit, and now he's got backup in this drama. Out of nowhere, rapper Top 5 jumped in and aired out Big Meech on social media. He dropped a video blasting Meech for sliding into his DMs, calling him a rat and tagging 50 like, 50 Cent, come get this fake 60-year-old kingpin out my DMs before I crash out.
Oh, I had a dude call me, right? And that Junior been having some going on down there in Houston, bro. We got the media team in here. So it's an inside month. Now this month, he's the one that's tied to the dude that makes the loaded dice, right?
Then he hit him with the hashtag #Big Screech !Savage.
Check the play out. All entertainers, when you go to Houston, stay away from Jay Prince Jr. There's a whole play going on. Here go the play right here. The play is a loaded dice. Now I'm gonna talk about something. Let me see if y'all catch up with to what I'm saying. The entertainer invites him in, act like he's covering for him, hanging out, everything is cool. Let's go here, let's go there, let's go here, let's go there. He introduces the dice game. He got 3 right, who rotate the dice. Now these dice is loaded. Tell me it's a Wolf, Big Caprice, and watch this, and Little Cam are the loaded dice rotators, right? He said what? There was a situation that occurred that a certain jeweler around and got past the dice on accident and was hitting on them for a couple hundred. They got irritated about that. I ain't gonna go too far into that story because right? Boom. The only way they could get their money back was however their money back. He said, but Lil Cam Wolf and Big Caprice are the three designated to say I'm up, I got the next, and they pass the dice to each other, but they loaded, but they shooting against them up whoever's in town, the entertainer. Right? They say Jay Prince Jr., he get 30% of whatever the take is.
Of course, 50 didn't miss a beat. He reposted the video and threw in some shade of his own. He captioned it, "He probably wanted to borrow some money from you, gangsta. LOL Classic 50. Trolling with precision." Meanwhile, the rest of the industry is keeping their heads down, trying not to get caught up in the mess. Most folks want nothing to do with 50's beef with Big Meech, but guess who just had to jump into the fire? Jay Prince. Yup, Jay Prince decided to stir the pot, even though no one called his name. Gossip blogs are buzzing that he's been sneak dissing 50 Cent on IG stories, accusing him of using Big Meech's name just to boost his own clout.
Beware of with Jay Prince Jr. when he talking about let's go shoot some dice. Because the loaded dice crew are three Lil Cam Wolf and Big Caprice. We know Lil Cam in there because I believe somehow, some way he was caught up in the dice situation. Rest in peace, Takeoff. I don't know what's going on. But what I do know this, Jay Prince Jr. got a whole thing that when y'all come into town, hold on, bro. Didn't they say Fifth Ward earlier that day shooting dice?
Yep.
That's a fact. That word been out, Wack. That word been out. We been out that memo.
And then, so this have been getting hit all day, and it got to the point at the thing with Quavo like, that is the dice. If you're a motherfucking artist, entertainer, and you been down there to Houston with the hosting of Jay Prince Jr., and that led you to a dice game, and you was getting hit for all your shit, and you remember three by the name of Big Caprice, Wolf, or Lil Cam, y'all need to get on Jay Prince Jr. bumper because it was a lineup. Y'all need to holler at that because his people done told me inside, he said, what? We didn't want to give him the mother loaded dice.
Who goddamn Quavo was arguing with before he walked off?
I think the argument was about the dice.
Allegedly, Jay Prince even posted, then quickly deleted, a message saying Big Meech was worth over $100 million before he went to prison. 50 used Meech's life to make money and gave him $5 million, and now thinks he created the BMF brand. That's a bold claim. So now it's not just 50 and Meech, Jay Prince wants in on the chaos too. But wait, it gets even crazier. According to insiders, Jay Prince isn't just throwing subliminals online. Word is he's allegedly making slick moves behind the scenes, threatening to send some people after 50 Cent to shut him up, real sneaky stuff. But 50? He's not flinching one bit. Instead of backing down, 50 clapped back with a bold message. He posted a scene from Training Day, letting everybody know, no matter what they try, he's unshakable, built for this life.
It's a jeweler that got doing the Boosie dice game. Oh, yeah. So he was shooting against Boosie and he got past the loaded dice. So, his name was Duke the Jeweler. They said Boosie set him up. Now your story makes more sense. He died with all his jewelry on. Lil Cam was shooting that night when Takeoff died too. They're saying DJ Pat Bullet was a bullet that Takeoff. Also, Cam was the one shooting dice, so he had the loaded dice. Now, for Boosie, they must have switched the dice up. Either they was gonna have a no. Boosie was supposed to have the loaded dice, and they must have switched it, gave it to the wrong.
In the caption, he wrote, "Get the message." And fans definitely got it. Now, folks online are clowning Jay Prince, saying he better chill and stay in his lane, because getting on 50's bad side is not the move, especially when your own closet might be packed with skeletons. For those who don't know, Jay Prince is the CEO and co-founder of Rap-A-Lot Records, one of Houston's most iconic labels. Around the city, he calls himself the King of Houston, like he runs the whole town. And there's this low-key rule in the game: when big artists touch down in H-Town, Jay Prince acts like he's their unofficial security boss, making sure they're protected while they move around. But not everyone's buying it. Some in the streets are saying all that protection might just be a front. There's talk that Jay Prince and his son Jazz could really be running an extortion game behind the scenes. And if that's not enough, there's even more shady chatter about these so-called dice games they host in Houston. Rumor is, artists are getting lined up and losing big, fast. Looks like 50 might be dragging some serious secrets into the spotlight.
Can y'all elaborate on dice game when it's tied to y'all?
I know people were associating me with the situation because I went to LaBusi pool party and he happened to be there and he happened to be standing on me. I mean, right next to me. The truth is, I never met him before. I had no idea who he is. I didn't even know he was a jeweler until after his passing. And then the night of that game isn't the night that he got leaving Boosie concert the next night because somebody tried to rob him. So, you know, the internet play internet games. But this is a situation with a dude that I didn't even know. I ain't know his name. I had no knowledge of him. I ain't know he was from Chicago. I ain't know he was a jeweler until social media started trying to point a finger because he was standing next to me, and it's just unfortunate that something transpired after another dice game, but neither incidents had anything to do with a dice game.
The whispers around Jay Prince and his circle exploded after Takeoff's tragic death. But here's the wild part. Takeoff wasn't even the first person tied to Jazz Prince's infamous dice nights to lose his life. Just a couple months before that, Chicago's own Duke the Jeweler hit big at one of their games, walked out with $100,000 in his pocket. But that win turned deadly real quick. Before Duke could even make it to his car, he was ambushed, robbed, and gunned down. Gone. Just like that. So when Takeoff passed, fans were furious. A lot of them pointed fingers at Quavo, saying he should have never been rolling with Jay Prince and the Mob Ties crew, especially after what happened to Duke. People were like, after all that shady stuff, how could you even be near them? With all the suspicions already hanging over the Prince family, folks were saying Quavo should have kept a serious distance. And now, the deeper you look, the shadier it gets.
While we was gone, I got a call, you know what I mean, because the little homie young boy place got broke into. People went in his place, disrespected different things, and you know, I got a call about it. And the little homies that went into this place want to make that right because they understand that, you know what I mean, young boy family is okay with me. And as you can see, homie, to make a long story short, I got your keys to your Rolls Royce. I got your keys to your McLaren, you know, all that they took, and the homie, Shakur, what you got, homie?
We got your Rolls Royce umbrellas, we got your keys, we got a bunch of other shit, so get in contact with us, bro. Get your shit back, man.
All good, waiting on you.
The man accused of pulling the trigger, Patrick Xavier Clark, has already been officially indicted by a grand jury in Takeoff's case. But even though it's been almost 3 years, the trial still hasn't started, and here's where it gets straight up sketchy. Just one day after Clark was arrested, he magically came up with $1 million bond and was suddenly out on house arrest. But by November 2023, things got even weirder. He was no longer on house arrest, didn't even need an ankle monitor. All he had to do was follow a simple 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. curfew. And the most suspicious part, court docs say Clark can't contact any witnesses, victims, or Takeoff's family, which also includes Jay Prince Jr. Now, why would his name even be on that list? And get this, the court also banned Patrick Xavier Clark from contacting Jay Prince Sr. in any way. That's got fans seriously raising eyebrows. Like, how does someone go from house arrest to basically roaming around free with nothing but a little curfew? The whole thing's starting to feel like a twisted movie. What's even wilder is how this case just keeps taking bizarre left turns. It's been years now, and there's still no official trial date. People are starting to wonder if there's more going on behind the curtain than we're being told. Now here comes the latest twist. Clark is standing firm on his innocence. And his lawyer, Letitia Quinones-Hollins, is not playing. She just told Rolling Stone that her client didn't fire the shots that killed Takeoff. Period. But she didn't stop there. She aimed straight at the investigators, too. She called out the evidence they're trying to use against Clark, saying the video footage and ballistics don't match up. According to her, once the trial finally begins, she's ready to shred the case to pieces. There was someone else who started the shooting. It was not Patrick Clark, she told Rolling Stone. He was in the same position Takeoff was, just trying to get out of there alive. He wasn't involved in the argument and didn't start anything. He was just at the wrong place at the wrong time when bullets started flying.
Hey, I don't want no friends. I don't want no new relationships. All that pussy. Hey, I don't respect none of that shit, man. If you got something for me, man, they got plenty of niggas around me you could call. Man, nigga, it's plenty ways you could get in touch with me. Man, don't get on no internet and do nothing publicly. Don't do nothing dealing with no publicity, none of that pussy and shit. And I'm good on the keys, gangster. When you buy shit cash, two keys come with the car anyway. Mind your business, man.
Now, when you circle back to all those whispers about J. Prince setting up rappers through these shady dice games, it gets even messier. Industry folks have been speaking out for a minute, including Whack 100, who straight up accused J. Prince's son of running a loaded dice game hustle on rappers visiting Houston. The streets are watching this one closely.
He said it exactly like you 60. You 60. What are you talking about? What are you, bro? I lost mad respect for you because I used to have mad respect for you. When you had Shakur with you, when you lined Young Boy NBA up, why the you got Shakur with you? And this is why he acting like that. This is exactly why he acting like that. Talking about you got Young Boy NBA umbrellas and his keys to his car. Young Boy NBA told y'all niggas. This is what he said. This is what Young Boy NBA said. Whack 100 was the most disrespectful. Wild disrespect. I ain't even gonna repeat the shit 100 said. Mad disrespect. Drake is beefing with Kendrick Lamar as we speak. I have not heard, this is the first time Drake got into some shit, and I ain't hear you say shit to Kendrick Lamar now. Why do you think that you could tell us what we can and cannot say, man? Control your...
Whack 100 didn't hold back. He straight up warned artists to stay far away from Jazz Prince's dice games, calling them nothing but a straight up scam. He said if you roll into one of those games, you're not walking out with your money, or maybe not walking out at all. Whack even hinted that Quavo and Takeoff might have gotten mixed up in some shady dealings that could have sparked the whole chain of events leading to Takeoff's heartbreaking death. And he didn't stop there. Whack also dragged Lil Boozy into the mess, accusing him of being involved in the same dice game setup that ended with Duke the Jeweler losing his life. Yeah, it's getting that deep. Now, when Jazz Prince finally got asked about all these accusations, he tried to shut things down fast. He denied ever even knowing Duke the Jeweler and said his dice games had nothing to do with either Duke or Takeoff's deaths, called it all just rumors. But folks aren't convinced. It's looking real suspicious to a lot of people, and it doesn't stop with dice games. J. Prince's name has been tied to extortion talk for years, but now it's catching way more heat than ever. One big moment, July 2020, when NBA YoungBoy got robbed in Houston. Allegedly, some of J. Prince's people pulled up to YoungBoy's Airbnb, but they weren't after just anything. They took his icy chains and the keys to his $350,000 Bentley, and instead of laying low, these dudes posted a video online, flexing like it was a trophy run. They showed off the stolen stuff, including a white Bentley, a white Rolls Royce, and a 2020 white McLaren GT. Straight up bold. And here's where things get extra shady. The crew that jacked NBA YoungBoy's stuff didn't just do it for kicks. They reportedly demanded a $30,000 ransom to give it back. That had folks saying this wasn't some random robbery, this was J. Prince pulling another one of his alleged extortion moves. Why? Because J. Prince actually jumped on Instagram like it was nothing, saying he had YoungBoy's chains and keys, and even told him to come pick them up, like it was all part of some friendly lost and found service. But YoungBoy wasn't buying it at all. He saw right through the act and called it what he thought it was, a setup.
And I'm gonna tell you another thing, when you're dealing with older people, they're the last to know that things have changed. We not your Lord. Like, the way you talking, I don't get what you mean. We're not your little niggas. Like, for real, all that big homie stuff, that's for little niggas. Little niggas have big homies. We're not little niggas, so we don't even respect big homies. I know it doesn't, and for me, I never respected niggas in the streets. That's why I always got the problems I got. Would tell me, Mace, chill. No, chill for what? Who is this? That's how I feel listening to this, man. Like, I want to respect you, but I can't. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if I got a Lord, like the dudes that raised me, If I was out of pocket, they would tell me I'm out of pocket. They wouldn't let me put them on a crash out mission. They would say, yo, Mace, listen. Around here, we don't send us to do nothing for us. We don't pay to handle our problems. You got to put in your own work around here, Lord, man. That's what you were supposed to tell them. You can't go out here and talk crazy and then send me on a mission. Nah, this is where the game got messed up, when young started sending old niggas out. And just because this little ignorant got a few dollars, he make all of you that's supposed to be real run after his mission. This is a problem, Jay Prince. And I'm going to tell you like this. If you're 60 years old and you're trying to be a street nigga, you failed. You failed. You failed.
He clapped back hard, accusing Jay Prince of being shady and using that whole checking-in system in Houston as a front to shake down rappers for money and power. And Youngboy isn't the only one fed up with the Prince family antics. Cameron and Mace recently took shots at Jay Prince too. They called him out, not just for the Youngboy situation, but also for allegedly letting his protege Drake get clowned by Kendrick Lamar without doing a thing about it. But their beef with Prince actually started earlier, when Jay allegedly tried to strong-arm them into staying quiet about their criticism of New Jersey boxer Shakur Stevenson, who just so happens to be managed by Jay Prince. Looks like more and more people are pulling back the curtain, and they're not scared to talk anymore. Cameron and Mace weren't feeling Shakur Stevenson's recent world title fight, and they made that crystal clear on their show. But Jay Prince? He wasn't about to let that slide. He hopped on Instagram with a slick little warning, basically telling them to stop the hate and put their money where their mouth is. Jay wrote, "Numbers don't lie, haters do." He claimed only a select few people think Shakur's boring and said the numbers prove otherwise. According to him, Shakur had the #1 ESPN fight rating of the year and the top 3 since 2022. Then he added a little thread on top saying, "I'm Shakur's manager and I handle all his business outside the ring." Translation, don't test me. He ended it by saying, "I'll fade all his shots and take all bets." But Cam and Mace, totally unfazed, they clowned Jay Prince for acting like he's still in the streets, even though he's old enough to know better. And now, fans are roasting Jay Prince even harder. Like, why would he even think about coming for 50 Cent and jumping into the Big Meech drama? Social media is lit with people saying Jay's already got way too many sketchy situations tied to his name to be starting beef with somebody like 50. Let's be real. 50 Cent built his whole image on calling people out, exposing dirt, and going full savage when he feels disrespected. So for Jay Prince to step into this mess, with his long list of shady rumors, people are saying he's playing a dangerous game and might have just picked a fight he can't win. When it comes to exposing people, 50 Cent doesn't hold back, and if he really decides to go after Jay Prince, it's gonna get ugly. Let's be real, 50's got plenty of material to work with, from those shady dice game rumors to the alleged extortion plays and everything in between. And knowing him, he won't just air it out, he'll turn it into a whole production. But what do you think? Is Jay Prince out of pocket for stepping into this Big Meech drama and allegedly threatening 50, or does he actually have a valid reason? Sound off in the comments, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to share. Catch you in the next one.